Welcome back to Deals of the Week. This is the week of September 1st through September 7th. We have a couple deals from both Jersey City and Newark, but first let me introduce myself. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ankit.
And we're here to bring the deals. Let's head over to Jersey City first. Ankit, what do we got?
Alright, we got a great deal for you guys today. For this week, it came up to 3-family asset. Before we jump into that, we'll talk about the key assumptions so just you guys can remember what they are so that you can have it for your knowledge whenever you're looking at these deals. 100% of list price, 5% interest rate for a 30-year fixed, 25% down, insurance is $1,500 per year, 7% of each month's rent and management fees, maintenance is $50 per unit per month, utilities are $2,500 a year if all the units are not separated, and $1,200 a year if all the units are separated. And these are obviously our assumptions. Yours will change from your deal to next deal. So what do we got for you guys? We got a bank-owned asset, three-family property in the Heights. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath across all units. It's asking $295,000. It'll throw off a cap rate of about 8%, which is about a $27,000 net operating income after you put in about $30,000 into this investment. You can lever it up and produce about a 10.8% rate of return. It's not the highest cash flowing deal, but for the Jersey City market, it trades roughly in that 6 to 8 space, so you're buying it pretty much at market. And you're going to have to put in a little bit of work, but there are not that many 3-family out there in the Heights right now that you can buy. There's only one other one that's a short sale, so it's potentially worth looking at. It was under contract. It just came back on because the buyer couldn't perform, so it may be a deal that you can get a little bit cheaper, so check that out. What do we got for you? What do we got for these guys in Newark, Jeff?
Looks good. We'll head over to Newark. Newark, we got the assumptions again that we use every week. I won't go through every one of them. The only differences you're going to want to take note of are the management fee, which is 10% here in Newark, and the vacancy rate, which is 9.1%. Of course, as with any market you're in, you're going to want to keep an eye on that. It does fluctuate between markets, and it certainly will affect your returns. So the first deal we have in Newark is a wholesale deal. We brought you a wholesale deal a couple weeks ago, and that was such a hot deal that it went under contract almost immediately. We have another one coming out this week. It's on Ridgewood Ave. Similar setup, 3-family, and it is listed at $59,900, which is a great price. We know that properties like this usually trade in the range of $80,000 to $90,000, up to $100,000, but usually not above that. So if you can pick it up at $59,900 or around that area, there's definitely some room to take a wholesale fee if you remarket that asset right away. So potential profit with some fees in there, you're looking at $20,000 to $25,000 if you can get it at around $60,000. I think that's a pretty good deal if you can make it work. But again, the competition is probably going to be pretty hot for this. The next deal we have is a 2nd Street 3-family asset, similar setup. This one is listed at $110,000. This one, we know in that area, comparable properties that are fully renovated, put a lot of work into them. They go anywhere between $340,000 to $360,000 right now, so there's a lot of room here, especially if you redo that entire asset. It is livable. There are currently tenants in place, although it's the owner, so there's no rents coming in. However, it does need a full rehab. If you do that, you're looking at about $1,050 a month for the first unit, which is slightly smaller, and then $1,300 a month for the second and third unit. These are actually 4-bedroom units, so there's definitely some rent pull there. Finally, figure $75,000 worth of work, be at maybe around $200,000 all in. There's some play there. You can either go a couple of options. You resell it, in which case we know that the comps are up to $300,000 or above, or you refinance it, in which case you can probably pull out all of your investment and you have a cash flow asset at 75% refinance of almost $1,000 a month. Either way, I think there's a deal to be made there.
So what's your deal of the week, Jeff?
My deal of the week is 2nd Street.
Because of the infinite return on equity that you can get by cashing out your money.
If you can pull off a deal like that, I think you're doing pretty well, yeah.
So just so that you understand what that actually means, it means you have no more money tied in this deal. You're going to get all your cash back. Yes, you own a debt instrument on it, but the debt instrument is paying itself down every day as you make that payment or every month. And at the end of the life cycle of that instrument, you basically own an asset free and clear. So From my side, I definitely think that's a hot deal, and I think it's a great deal with a great structure attached to it that Jeff has pointed out. And it's definitely something you guys should look into and give us a call so that we can show you how to structure a deal like that and how to get 1% cash back on your next purchase. So that's definitely a deal of the week. The wholesale deal, you're going to have a lot of competition for it. I think it'll go more than the list price. Jeff, what do you think about that one?
Absolutely. I think there will be definitely some bidding above the list price there.
All right, and then you got the only deal you got in Jersey City is the Palisades Ave deal. So by de facto, it is the deal of the week. So take a look at it. It's a good deal for a buy and hold investor. It's a great location. It's got some views of the city. It's across the street from Hoboken. So it might be worth taking a look at it. That's what your cost of capital is, and that's what your return requirements are. I'm Ankit.
And I'm Jeff.
This is our Deals of the Week. Tune in next week. Thank you.